$50 billion has been lost by the federal government since 2019 in the war against illicit tobacco. $50 billion of taxpayers' money. This is going to take nearly 10 years to recoup. Now, have both sides of politics ever worked so well together to actually blow $50 billion up in smoke? Pun intended. Now, the mid-year financial economic outlook was actually announced yesterday, and they sprouted off some wonderful numbers. But let's talk about what they didn't tell you. So, of this $50 billion loss since 2019, personal income tax is on the rise again. Because, of course, the little guys got to be making up for this mess, this disaster that they call the tobacco excise. So, in this past year alone, they have received over $8.2 billion extra in personal income tax taken to its highest ever level. And they're projecting these figures up by $17.4 billion over the next 4 years. Why are we paying for this failure? Now, this is a failure on both sides of politics. So it is a bipartisan failure. When they decided back in 2019 to lift the tobacco excise, what they've actually done is created a nightmare. They've created a black market because they have taxed the tobacco tax out of existence, that they're stating at least 50% of all sales, cigarette sales, are now in the black market. And that is actually, I think, being generous. It's more like 80% from what a lot of other people's figures are stating. The actual tax of one cigarette stick is now $1.50. So they have just created this tax that's created this hole in our budget. They're saying it's going to take over 10 years to actually fix. And of course, they're going to be looking to personal income taxpayers to fill that gap. But how is that fair? Now, last month alone, the ATO stated that they're no longer going to release the figures of how much they're actually losing to this tax gap of the tobacco tax. So why are they doing that? They go after individuals, they go after small businesses when it comes to a tax gap. Now we're not even going to see the correct figures. So how is this fair? If you're not angry by now, you should be angry. Another figure that should make you very angry was government spending. Now, whilst they've lauded themselves and said, hey, it's slightly lower at 26.9%, this is still one of the highest figures that we've had since the 80s outside of the pandemic. So where is all our taxpayers' dollars going? This is what we should be asking. This is the questions that you should be asking your MP. And if you're not angry by now, you really should be. If you haven't already done so, hit the follow button for more.